Let's bow our heads for the invocation. Our kind Heavenly Father, tonight we thank you for the opportunity to work for the city and to make of the city a place in which we can enjoy living a safe life. We have the pandemic that is ravishing our county right now, and we pray that you will be with those individuals that have contracted the virus. Be with them, be with those that are hospitalized, that they may soon return to their families. And as we have a discussion tonight, pray that you will guide it, and may the decisions we make be those that are appropriate. We ask in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
Before we have roll call, I would ask, I guess last week when we met, there was some concern that people that were here could not hear us. So I'm going to ask each one of the commissioners to talk directly into the microphones. And if any of our visitors, citizens cannot hear, would you please indicate to Officer Hobeck some way, and he will let me know whether you're not hearing us tonight. We want to make sure that everybody hears what's going on. So now, would you have the roll call, please?
Commissioner Baker,
Present.
Commissioner Garver,
Here.
Commissioner White,
Here.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Here.
Mayor Lamb.
Here. You have in your packet the minutes from 3 different meetings. First, we have the June 15 commission meetings.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second for the meeting minutes of June 15. Roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yay.
Commissioner Garver,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yay.
Mayor Lamb.
Yay. Our next set is June 22 workshop minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for our workshop minutes of June 22. Roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Garver,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yay.
Mayor Lamb.
Yay. Our third set is June 29, the special call commission meeting. Roll call. Excuse me. We need a motion and a second first.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the June 29 meeting minutes. Roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Garver,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yay.
Mayor Lamb.
Yay. Next on our agenda is comments from our citizens. Anyone wish to step to the microphone and share something with us? Give us your name and your address, please.
Sure. Name is Sam Schrosch, 4115 Stratton Lane. I do want to thank you for the microphone suggestion so we can hear you, especially when you're recording this, people can't hear what you're saying. So I do appreciate you making that suggestion. I wanted to bring to your attention the notifications for the meetings. We didn't receive one this week, so I just want to let you know if it was supposed to go out. I signed up last time we talked about it. And so did anybody receive a notification?
I did not,
Yeah,
so
So-
I'm not sure what's going on with it.
yeah.
I know that they are working on that. I don't know what the procedure is, but I do know that they are trying their best to get those that corrected for you.
Well, we appreciate that. That would be very helpful.
It'd be nice if we could maybe do a test somehow of that system.
I'll make a note of that.
Thank you.
Thank
Right.
you.
Just a couple other things. Thanks for, I think 2 weeks ago, I talked to Bridget about the budget. There was a couple of budgets missing on the website, and they were out there within a day or two after I talked to her. So I just want to tell you thank you for that, for putting the budgets out. It kind of helps to understand what's going on. So I just want to give you a good job on that. We're
Thank
able to see that. I know a couple of weeks ago, I was trying to watch the session on YouTube. The first 10 minutes was missing when we were talking about the budgets. about approving the budgets, the first 10 minutes of the video is not there. So again, just kind of make sure you guys are aware of that they weren't out there. So it kind of started about 10 minutes into our meeting. I do have really the major question I had last week, which I was going to bring up, but I kind of missed my chance. Is the budget, when you were having the workshop and you guys were going over the debt interest and debt principal payments? I noticed that the debt interest went up about 94%. And it was kind of referred to as a slight increase. And I wasn't sure if you guys are aware of that the debt for the upcoming year is now 582, debt interest and principal, and that the debt interest almost doubled. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of that. And I was just trying to figure out if we're in that much debt.
Would you like me to explain that?
Yeah, if you can just get closer to the microphone, that'd be great.
Believe me, you can hear me.
Well, I
People
think
don't
they
even
can't hear you
know.
online. So would you mind doing that? Excuse me. Would you mind getting closer to the microphone?
Can I finish?
If you get closer, we can hear you.
So the point gets back to is the current debt that we've taken on, the first 3 years was interest only,
Correct.
as we are continuing to pay off an existing capital outlay note. The interest went up because we are now paying the third full year of the interest. That other capital outlay note is due to retire from this 2021 budget. And then next year, we will owe one capital outlay note, and interest and as well as principal will drop to probably a little under $500,000 for the 2022 budget. That is why the interest went up.
Correct. But that means the principal, that means we're drawing a couple more million off that note. Is that true? So as of, have we already drawn the 2 million?
Correct. It's actually 4 million.
Total of 4 million, but the interest seems like you're only paying for about 2 million. In the new year, you can have another 2 million.
We've drawn the entire capital outlay note down and currently have those dollars in hand.
Okay, so as of last time we asked you that question, 5 million was for emergency fund, the other one was the general fund. Does that look about the same right now?
No, 5 million is in the contingency funds, which is our rainy day fund for savings.
Oh.
And we have 5 million in our investment account, which we cash flow throughout the year as money goes up and money goes down and money's being spent and money comes in. That's where that money is.
So the question I'm trying to bring up, and you're more than welcome just to help me understand. This is not a judgment thing. It's just trying to understand like what we're seeing in the city, because we carry the debt load, whether you guys are here or you're gone, we have to worry about that. So if we have 5 million in a rainy day fund and we owe 4 million and we're paying 500 total each year, 582,000 right now, which is on 505 next year, is there any way we can reduce that debt or eliminate the debt, and instead of paying somebody else the principal and interest, we can pay ourselves that? Because that's 582,000 according to your website. It says each cent of tax that we pay for property tax is equivalent to $33,316. So that is equivalent to 17 cents out of $1.65 that we're paying. 17 cents is going towards debt and debt interest, the principal and interest. So that's equivalent to 11% of our property tax is what we're paying for debt. Is there any way we can reduce that or eliminate that?
So I would answer that by saying it's always better to have cash in hand, especially in the environment that we're in. I would never advocate lowering our cash balance on our rainy day fund to lower the debt, because right now our debt to income ratio for the city is the annual revenues that we bring in is approximately 4% of our entire revenue picture. So that's extremely low.
Correct. The question is not how low it is, it's that elimination of debt, because always debt will get you. We started off with a year ago with prior to the 2018, 4 million debt, and now we've drawn on that total 4 million, which is the highest it's ever been. And so as we increase taxes and we increase debt, it seems like there's some potential things to work on into reducing or working on the budget, not to increase the budget.
So
And
as
so-
I just explained, it's better and safer to have cash in hand than it is to worry
But-
about reducing that.
Correct, but we're paying for that stash. We're
Yeah.
paying for that. We're paying a total of 11% of our, equivalent to 11% of our taxes for property tax is going to debt just to be on the safe side. It doesn't quite make sense to pay that much money just to say so we can have a day cash on a rainy day fund. Is there any way where the commissioners would be able to entertain that thought to reduce or eliminate our debt as a city? Because right now we're at 4 million. And I understand that we're starting to pay the principal this year, and the last 3 years we've been paying interest only. And so therefore, that's how you can remain at 420,000 principal debt to 418,000, going down 2,000 for next year because you're going to eliminate that prior debt. But we have $4 million in debt, and we had a 31% increase of taxes. Just want to throw it out there, if you would consider reducing our debt instead of just saying we have money on the side and we're paying for someone else to have that safety net we're paying each year. This year it's going to be, like I said, equivalent to 11% of our property taxes going to debt. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mayor, I'd like to just comment for the record. The June 29th commission meeting, we were having some technical difficulties on the YouTube live stream video, and that's why it was somewhat delayed, but the audio recording should have covered the whole entire meeting. So just want to make a note for the record.
Thank you. Okay.
But it still was recorded audio.
Okay, let's go on with our agenda. If there's no one else that wishes to speak. Our unfinished business, there is none. We'll go to our first item under new business is the first and final reading of Resolution 516. Would you read the caption, please?
Resolution of the City of Collegedale, Tennessee, approving the retirement of the Collegedale canines.
Does anyone have some questions? Did you read the resolution that was in our packet?
There had been no changes since our workshop, correct?
That is correct.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the Resolution 516. Roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yay.
Commissioner Garver,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yay.
Mayor Lamb.
Yay. Our next item is the Take Me Home program for approval. Chief Hickman will talk to us about that.
I don't think there's any changes from what I presented in the workshop. It was looked over by Sam, and it is as you have received it.
Okay, any questions you have for him?
Move
It
to
might-
approve. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it might be just a good, quick overcap, Chief, if you could, for everybody in the audience.
On the record.
Sure. Basically, once we enact the MOU, even though we've pre-signed it, this is basically a program where we'll set up our own website in conjunction with Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and Chattanooga Police Department. We will start some of the people in our community that either have dementia or cognitive or developmental issues, their family can go onto our website, put in their information. That information is kept securely through the Chattanooga Police Department. All three agencies and as other agencies join the Take Me Home program, we'll be able to quickly identify and get those people back home where they belong and have some emergency information as well as detailed information where if somebody is unable to talk to us, we can go in with basically height, weight, hair, color, stuff like that, and match those with pictures that are put on the website and get those, rescue those people and get them back home to their loved ones.
I think it's a great program.
Should have been around a long time ago.
Yeah, I recall a few citizens here in town that got lost.
Real quick, how much is that going to cost us?
Nothing.
I move to approve. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the Take Me Home program. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Baker,
Yay.
Commissioner Garver,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lamb.
Yay. Our next item is the Tennessee Integrated Justice Program. Will you want to explain that to us, please?
Yes, ma'am. We've actually been involved in this program for about 8 years. It's just a MOU with the state of Tennessee, TBI, through the Tennessee Criminal Justice Integrated Program. It gives our officers access in the car for running tags, also looking up identification on driver's licenses. It's just a piece of, it's a joint venture between the agencies and anybody that is able to or allowed to use their system. We have to sign up with their MOU.
Okay. Any questions?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the Tennessee Integrated Justice Program. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Baker,
Yay.
Commissioner Garver,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lamb.
Yay. Our next item is approval of an airport maintenance grant. And somewhere else, there's Chris. Chris Swain will talk to us about that.
Good evening. This grant is pretty routine. This is one we do every year where the state gives us a 95.5 grant towards maintenance activities at the airport, up to a total amount of $15,000. And it's a reimbursable grant, so they reimburse us up to $15,000 of our maintenance expenses at the airport.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the airport maintenance grant. Roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yay.
Commissioner Garver,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lamb.
Yay. Our next item is the approval of an airport culvert grant. And again, Chris will tell us about some more money he's spending.
Yes. And thankfully, the state's going to help us. Okay, so we've got some maintenance activities coming up at the airport for replacing a culvert that runs underneath the runway. And this, again, is a 95.5 grant. We pay the 5% up front, and they cover the rest of that. The total amount of the grant, $302,700. The state participation there is $287,565. Our local participation is $15,135.
Good job.
Okay, any questions or statements for the grant?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for this culvert grant. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Baker,
Yay.
Commissioner Garver,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lamb.
Yay.
Thank you.
The next item is an emergency repair of the sewer pump station roof.
Yes, Mayor Lamb, Public Works Director Eric Sines contacted me last week and explained that the damage that we received to the sewer pump station roof, we keep having storms and the temporary repairs keep getting damaged. So we're trying to move on this as quickly as possible. And he asked for me to consider invoking an emergency repair. Of course, per policy, I called you and discussed that. The policy says that you and I must agree. And so you agreed, and I authorized Eric to go ahead and get some quotes. He asked some quotes, not bids, but quotes, because it is an emergency repair. And I would like for Mr. Sines to cover that at this time.
Good evening. Yes, we received three quotes to repair the roof. We had previously had a estimate to repair the roof that we had, but through talking with other companies to try and figure out what would be the best roof going forward if we were to have another tornado or high wind situation, it was determined, which we've had, that it'd be better to have a pitched metal roof versus the rubber TPO roof. And so the bids that we got were for a trussed metal roof. And the low bid that we received was, quote, was $37,800. The second lowest quote we received was $47,030. And the third quote was $70,500. It's my recommendation to go with the low bid. We've used them before. They do good work. They would be able to start work next week and get us dried in and safed up as quick as possible. With the last 2 or 3 heavy thunderstorms that we've had a lot of water getting in the generator room, which has 480 volt power to it, and also the main control room, which has our SCADA system, computers, and 4 soft starts, which are basically the electronics that run the 150 horsepower electric motors we have in there.
Eric, please cover that we're not going to be out in the high 30s money-wise, that we
Correct.
Offset that cost by what the insurance company's already reimbursed.
Right. The insurance has already reimbursed us $14,614, which was a value of the roof that we had previously. Obviously, the new roof's going to be a lot stronger. The way they're designing it, every single truss will actually be anchored into the concrete, not just at the ends with hurricane clips, but the length of the truss. So it's basically going to be bomb-proof.
So instead of being out almost 40,000, we'll be out probably around 25,000.
Commissioners, y'all will need to, in your motion, acknowledge that this is an emergency repair, declare an emergency for this purpose, and 4 out of the 5 of you must approve the expenditure.
Okay. Any comments or questions for?
Does this qualify for any FEMA or TEMA reimbursement or anything like
If
that?
we're willing to wait an extremely
Gotcha.
long time, we could work with FEMA to ask them to consider an upgrade of the roof, but I cannot begin to tell you how long that would be. The answer would be an extremely long time.
Right. So, and we need to get it fixed sooner than later. So.
Yes,
Because we learned after the 2011 tornado how long it took to get money back.
about 5 years, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Toro, to get our money.
Are we able to spend it and then get reimbursed? No, you have to wait. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And we gotta have that sewer
Yeah.
station.
And if I'm correct in stating this, they would have to approve the design.
Mm.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any further comments or questions?
I move to approve the emergency spending that.
Yeah, I mean, the motion to be.
Of the 37,000 low bid.
Yeah, to acknowledge that an emergency exists. So if you'll add that to your motion, Commissioner.
And I acknowledge that an emergency was.
Yeah. Acknowledge it or declare that an emergency exists. And then on that
authorize
basis,
the spending of $37,800.
Right.
Okay.
Got that, Christie? Good.
Got it.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for this emergency repair. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Garver,
You got 2 yeses.
Commissioner White,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lamb.
Yay. Our next item is reports from city administration.
I have no report.
Okay. Now we'll go to the commissioners. I don't have anything tonight. Commissioner White?
The only thing was on the website, somebody said they tried to send an email to the commission as a whole and the link was broken. But whenever I checked it, if you tried to go to us individually, you could send us individual emails, but I guess they could send it to the whole. So I don't know. It's just another website.
I don't know. I've
So
been
let me
getting
get
them
this straight.
individual.
They can do it to the group, but not individual?
No, they can do it individually, just can't do it to the group. It
Got it.
has like a 404 code when it
It's
pops
like
up.
the distribution list is messed up.
So,
We'll check into that.
thank you.
That's all? Okay. Commissioner Garver?
Sometimes you really don't know what you got good going until you miss it. I think a lot of people have told me how much they missed the 4th of July celebration. and how much it meant to the community. So I knew we couldn't do it, but it was really missed in Collegedale. Family was, missed it a lot. So they appreciate whatever that was doing. That's all.
Commissioner Baker,
Not at this time.
Vice Mayor?
No comment.
Okay, I don't have anything. Is there anything from our attorney?
All's good, Mayor.
Okay.
Make a
I-
motion to adjourn.
A second.
We're adjourned.
You need me to sign that, don't you, buddy? Yeah.